The Monkey and the Mirror. In the dense heart of the jungle, where the air hung heavy with the scent of damp earth and wildflowers, there was a young monkey, curious, mischievous, and endlessly playful. His fur was soft, a rich chestnut brown, and his eyes sparkled with the kind of mischief that only the innocent could possess. He loved exploring the jungle, swinging from tree to tree, and finding new, exciting things that would keep him entertained. One day, as he was hopping through the underbrush, his sharp eyes caught something strange. Between the trees, nestled among the leaves, there was a glint, a shimmer of something unlike anything he had ever seen. Intrigued, he scurried closer, his little heart racing with anticipation. As he pushed aside the branches, his jaw dropped. There, reflecting the jungle in its clear surface, was a large, shiny object, smooth, framed in wood, and standing tall as if it had been placed there just for him. The monkey had never seen anything like it before. It was... what? It didn't look like a tree. It didn't smell like a rock. It was flat, polished, and strange. He cocked his head to one side, staring into its surface. What he saw was a perfect reflection of himself. The young monkey grinned, feeling a sudden wave of pride. He saw his wild, unruly fur, his sharp eyes, and his tiny, twitching nose. He puffed out his chest, mimicking what he thought was the bravest pose. He flexed his arms, and so did the reflection. He pulled a silly face, and so did the reflection. Delighted by this new game, the monkey began to show off. He stuck out his tongue, scrunched his face into the funniest expression he could think of, and laughed as the monkey in the mirror did the same. He jumped up and down, spinning in circles, laughing louder and louder as the reflection mirrored every move with perfect precision. But then, something changed. The young monkey's eyes narrowed. He studied the reflection carefully, and a curious thought crept into his mind. Is this other monkey trying to mock me? He puffed out his chest, trying to be bigger, stronger. The reflection did the same. His eyes twinkled with mischief. He made a silly face, and the other monkey's face twisted into the same one. A low, growling chuckle bubbled up from his chest. "Oh, you think you can mock me, huh?" he muttered, staring intently at the reflection. And so, with a sense of growing pride, the monkey began to escalate the game. He would raise his arms high and roar, trying to frighten the reflection. But each time, the reflection would imitate him, almost as if it was challenging him. That's it, he thought. I'll show you who's the boss. With all the bravado he could muster, the monkey slapped his chest, swung from one leg to the other, and hooted loudly. But the reflection, his perfect, mirrored twin, did exactly the same, every motion, every expression. The harder he tried, the more frustrated he became. In his mind, this wasn't a game anymore. This was a battle for dominance. He had to show this strange reflection who was in charge. He leaped up, doing flips, flinging himself back and forth in every direction, but the reflection never stopped copying him. The jungle around him, once a playground of endless possibilities, now seemed to close in. The sounds of the birds and insects became muffled in his ears as he stared at the mocking mirror. It wasn't just mimicking his every move, it was mocking him. Finally, gasping for breath, the monkey stopped. His chest heaved as he stood, staring at his reflection, eyes wide with disbelief. He had tried so hard to outdo it, to be better than it. But no matter what he did, no matter how fierce he was, it always matched him. In that moment, something inside him clicked. The monkey stood still, the jungle's sounds returning to his ears as he realized the reflection wasn't mocking him. It was just a reflection. It could only mirror what he did. The monkey let out a long breath, a sense of calm washing over him. He had been so focused on trying to outshine the reflection, he had forgotten the simple truth. The mirror didn't lie. It wasn't an opponent. It was simply showing him who he was, and that was all it ever could do. He looked at himself one last time in the mirror, no longer angry, no longer trying to impress, just a curious monkey, learning to understand himself. With a final glance at his reflection, he turned and bounded back into the jungle, his heart light and his mind at peace. Sometimes, the greatest lesson is realizing you don't need to prove anything to anyone, not even yourself. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to help us bring you more tales like this one.